Hey everyone, Shoe Shack Redemption back. Figured it's been a while since I've done two pretty much back to back, so just finished part two, which was the 2000-2001 off season, or sorry, the second half of the season in playoffs. Now we're doing the 2001 off season. We did win championship, sixth straight, and got through the first part of the off season up to the draft. So show you what you missed here. Stockton did retire. Barkley did as well. Both were on my team, and both won some titles. So Stockton won 14 championships in his 17 years. Barkley won his 3 here in those last 3 years. We traded for him in 98-99, midway through the season, when Garnett got hurt for the season. And then playing time went down from there, but still was part of the rotation for most of the time. They both got their jerseys retired, so Barkley's for the, well, he played for the Bullets. I don't think he ever played for the Wizards. I think they were still the Bullets by the time he left. And then Mullen, who also retired, had his number 17 retired by the Spurs. A few changes. The G League's now a thing, which means there's going to be a lot more auto-generated people, which is sad and stupid. Lots of changes with branding, including the moving of the Vancouver Grizzlies to Memphis. And we did the lottery. And I don't know how many times it's happened now, but after winning the championship, the Pacers also lucked into the number 1 pick. That was supposed to be the 4th pick. We had the 4th highest chance with that Jazz pick, and it ended up first. So we have 1st, 5th, 6th, 10th, 11th, 13th, all in the lottery. And then also 15, 16, and 20. So 9 picks total that we will surely be trading, all but probably 2 of them. I'm not exactly sure what I'm doing with the first pick, but Pau Gasol sounds pretty good, especially since my big guys are not very dependable, or durable anyway. Garnett's always hurt. Dirk sucks in the playoffs. Wallace now got 2 terrible injuries this season. And Shaq gets hurt pretty often, so some depth there might make sense. We kept Billy Cunningham as our coach and hired actually Doc Rivers as my assistant. I don't remember who my assistant was before, but now it's Doc Rivers. Got through the pre-draft stuff, and now we're to the draft. According to the mocks, one has me getting Gilbert Arenas. Sorry, 2 of them do, and the other with Pau. Joe Johnson or Pau should go second. So the one that doesn't have Gilbert going first actually has him going 4th, which is weird to me. I'm down here 5th and 6th. Parker Richardson, Johnson Richardson, Chandler Jefferson. So there are some good players, even when you get down here. Wallace, Battier, Zach Randolph. So we might be using, we've got at least 3 spots open on the team because Stockton and Barkley retired, and then Horace Grant, we did keep him around since he played a few more seasons in real life, but probably won't sign him back because he was not very good when he did get the chance to play. So 3 spots open, plus whatever happens with the options of Grant Hill and Garnett. We'll see. So I think we just go ahead and do the draft and then figure out what we're doing. Right now I'm thinking Pau Gasol. I guess before I commit to that, let's just go through and show you what I was talking about. We've got our point guards pretty much ready to go. We'll need a 3rd point guard. Kobe's still locked up. Manu will accept his team option. He didn't do very great when he played, but his overall is not great either. So Michael Redd only played the last 2 games of the season as a rookie. This was the big decision I need to make. We'll definitely accept Vince Carter, but we got to figure out what's happening with Grant Hill. We still have Marion. Dirk will accept, and then Garnett. I'm not sure if he'll accept it or not. He might. He's not gone up overall in a long time. Shaq's good. Wallace will if we get Powell, we might look to trade Wallace, depending on what happens with Dirk and Garnett. So we'll see. So I'm thinking Powell. We are getting trade offers. No, we aren't. It did the little Lodi thing, like the Lodi circle, but it didn't work. So that must mean there are no offers. Wow. That's crazy to me. What if I add Ben Wallace with it? No. Okay. Well, if I can't trade it, unless I force, or not force a trade, but actually go through and manually make a trade. But I don't know what I would do. I think I want to get Pau Gasol. I wonder if that's on the future of gaming, future of 2Ks, where you can put conditions like I'll only trade down to the second pick if you don't get Pau Gasol with the first pick. Because I'm sure that's how the conversations go in real life. So let's take one more look here. Chandler and Haywood are the top here. Powell going 1 or 2. Kwame's there in the top 10. Definitely not making him number 1 like real life. Battier's all over the place. 11th, 8th, or 3rd. Richardson, Joe Johnson could be anywhere 2 to 5. Parker and Arenas. Third point guard is needed. We'll see if Tony Parker's still around and when I pick later. All right, Pau Gasol, welcome to the team. Solid pick with KG entering free agency this summer with no guarantees he'll return. Yeah, that's true. All right, Suns get Richard Jefferson to go with Allen Iverson. The Blazers, who have Mike Bibby and Rick Smits, so they get Shane Battier. What's happening? Where's Gilbert Arenas and Joe Johnson? One of them's going to be there. Joe Johnson goes to the Knicks to pair with Kenyon Martin. I did say they need a scorer, and he can be that scorer. But I also would have probably rather had him. If I got him, it would make it interesting with Grant Hill maybe being more on the block. We got 3 offers for number 5. The 7th and a protected next year from the Pistons, who have not been great. Hito and an 04. Hito was the 11th pick last year and actually played every game. Started 4 games. And then 2 firsts from the Raptors, who were one of the teams I beat in the playoffs. So that didn't look great. But what they showed me is that Gilbert Arenas is still there. Why? I don't really like him that much, but his ceiling is all NBA, so he could be a great trade piece if needed. I was hoping more for a Tony Parker because he's not a scorer. Arenas is a scorer. We do still have Jason Richardson there, who is, let's see, I have Ginobili in red. Ginobili wasn't super impressive. But if I keep Hill and Carter, then there aren't really wing minutes to go around. But it's good to have somebody ready to play. Small forward does got taken, although Gerald Wallace is a pretty good player. Super young with potential. We just got Powell. So I'd like to trade down 1 maybe, because I would assume somebody's going to get Gilbert Arenas, but I have the next pick, don't I? So what do I do? Can I trade the 5th with something? Does that make it better or worse? Makes it worse, evidently. 5th with Wallace. Now that I have Powell, nothing. Let's try Wallace just on his own. 17 offers. Nick Anderson and Fortson. Wright and Pfizer. I I think they're probably looking at this as a bad contract. $6.8 million for 82 overall. He's got a player option, which he'll probably accept. That's pretty awful. DeMar and Bryce Drew can be, but I don't need that in return. Fisher could be a third point guard. LaFrance would be replacing Barkley. That's not terrible. Rafe needs some help shooting the ball. Fisher's been scoring for the Jazz. Alonzo could come back for his third stint with the Pacers. Hey, Joe Johnson. So that's an option. But I don't know why. It's a point guard that I need. Peja Stojakovic. Well, that would make it easier to trade Grant Hill. 7th is also there. Kemp, who started as a Pacer. Q Rich, Bruce Bowen, and a first. That's interesting. That's the Tim Duncan team. Duncan and Baron Davis, I think. Bruce Bowen, interesting. Is he an amazing defender like he should be? He's 93 at threes. He's only 85 at defense. I mean, that's good, but not Bruce Bowen good. 83, 98, 76. So never quite got... How is he 80 overall then? He must be more of an offensive player than he's supposed to be. Battier, who is the third pick. Sabonis and Van Exel, what are they doing? The Heat did lose, Mullen and I think Thorpe retired of their old guys. Alright, so Wallace might have to wait until teams have more cap space to see what we can do. So this is kind of hard. What if we trade another 5th and 20th? Gets me 7th and another. That's not great. So 5th can't be paired with anything, which makes me think I just need to choose somebody. And it's hard to pick Parker when Arenas is there. He was the #1 pick expected by 2 of these. Parker's 4th. And then this has Chandler, which Chandler could have a spot. If we say Powell replaced Barkley, then Chandler could replace Grant. I don't really know about that. I mean, that means I could not be worried about what I trade Wallace for, I guess, and I'd be more prepared for if Garnett somehow doesn't make his way back to the team. I don't know. Parker makes a little more sense. How do I get to? There we go. So Arenas, better at threes. Their same perimeter D. Potential more by Arenas. We don't get to see 3-pointers. Passing. It's like more Parker. Parker, they're both 19. I don't know. We don't get to see potential here, do we? Stamina more for Gilbert. I'm thinking I just go with Arenas and then trade him. Either one might get traded, I guess. And I'd be more comfortable trading Arenas. Oh, but Parker fits better because he doesn't have to score as much. Let's pick... Oh my god. I wish I had more trade options, because then this wouldn't be so difficult. Let's go. I'm going to go with Parker because I have too much scoring on this team. Let's go with Tony Parker. Peyton is a free agent next year because we extended him. We are back on the clock. The 6, so we can trade down 1. The Pistons, if they get Uranus, Jason Kidd's the only good player they have, so that wouldn't make a lot of sense. Hito would be interesting as a reserve, and it's an 03 first. That's not a bad deal. The Raptors are good. Well, not super good, but they were, I think, the 4 seed. 4 or 5. Okay, that doesn't look very good. Oh yeah, they're the team that didn't have a point guard. And really, these are the only 4 guys they have under contract. Finley, Reeves, Wallace, and Antonio Davis. So that's not terrible. 02 and 03. They are going to get a good player here. Uranus would be their point guard to solve that problem. So that might not be great. Can somebody give me something for Ben Wallace? Why can Ben Wallace not be traded? He doesn't have a no trade clause. He's really the only one, unless I'm getting a, like Jason Richardson, which I could. I don't really want to trade Michael Redd, nor can I, evidently. Nobody wants Michael Redd. I don't know why. It says his potential's A-. Okay. Okay, well, the thing is, I can't trade the people I've drafted unless it happens to pop up, because you can't pick them here for some reason. You should be able to. The other thing is you can trade them at the beginning of the season, but not throughout the rest of the off-season, which isn't great. But I could still trade Redd. So if I get Richardson, I could trade Redd or Ginobili. Or if I get, well, Uranus doesn't really make sense unless he becomes my 3rd shooting guard. I mean, he's 6'3". Could play that role. Or we get Tyson Chandler to be that extra big guy. It's one less good defender for Shaq to go against. Oh. Or I trade it. Trading it makes the most sense. But I just don't... I don't want to make a team better by giving them Uranus or Richardson or Chandler. So Pistons, I think, wouldn't get Uranus. But they might. Not that it matters. I don't pick again until 10. So there's 7th. I would just go back 1 and gain a first. That sounds pretty smart to me. Let's do that. Why didn't I think more about that one? So get an extra first next year, probably, unless they're really bad, just by going down 1 pick. The Pistons are desperate to pick here, it seems. Let's do that, because then I might be able to trade the 7th for this deal here. So getting 2 extra firsts for this. Oh my. That's how we load up on these firsts. Alright, let's do that. Eddie Curry goes to the Pistons. That is not one of the people that I was expecting to be an option here. Huh. Okay. Now we get some trade offers here. Only one. The Raptors are not offering that same deal. But Turkoglu and an 04 are there. Can Wallace go with the 7th? No, it seems like Ben Wallace is untradeable, and Michael Redd is too for some reason. Okay, what about the 7th and another pick? Does anybody have any interest in this? Really? It might be because I have so many of the team's future picks that they don't even know what they can offer me because they don't have picks to give me. So I've kind of ruined that. So I might have to either, if I'm not going to pick somebody, I might have to look through and see what I want to do. Is there any player, like an extra big, so it's Barkley and Grant being replaced. I already got Powell, which is really to replace Ben Wallace, because Powell is just as good as him almost. Karl Malone. Do we want to try to win a title for Karl Malone? We did it for Barkley on his way out. Malone did try to retire, so this will be his last year. I want to see if we can trade. Wait, that looks like it might actually just work. Because if we do this, we can just draft Jason Richardson and replace Michael Redd. I don't mind this. Richardson was probably around the same age. Can I get something else from them? Can't be traded because we already stole their stuff. They don't have, who do they have? Can be Stackhouse. Okay, well that's an idea. How old is Richardson? He is 20, so they're both the same age, but Richardson's already 4 better than him. Alright, we gotta look here, I guess, to see who's available. Probably not gonna get Ray Allen, but Malone seems obtainable because he's 37 and 80 overall. We got fake guys still under contract because they were probably drafted in the first round. Fisher as a third point guard would have made sense before I just drafted Tony Parker. Lakers team might be totally different, it looks like. Ewing, Mutombo, Richmond, all free agents. Peja they did try to give me, but I need to try to save money. So that really makes me think Ben Wallace for Karl Malone, but Wallace is a lot better and a lot younger, so probably not. Vin Baker, Olajuwon. Kemp we've already had. Suns just drafted Richard Jefferson. Pippen we've already had. Jordan, oh, well, Jordan's a free agent. Wonder if we'll have money to try to get him. I don't think so. Turkoglu is an A- potential, so same kind of overall as Red. So trading this pick for him doesn't do a whole lot other than, I mean, if you think of Vince Carter as a shooting guard, then it's Hill, Marion, Turkoglu. So that is a thought. Either Richardson or trade the pick for Turkoglu. What was that? Turkoglu in an 04. And the Magic were not good. 23rd pick. But it looks like they might be. Because these 3 guys, and they still have 80 overall Rodney Rodgers. I don't know why they weren't better, really. Seems like they should be. But also, I'd be trading them what could be a Jason Richardson. So I might be making them really good. But first, I don't know, the Karl Malone thing doesn't make a lot of sense to do right now because there are no picks involved. Tony Parker pops up. I could trade Tony Parker for Karl Malone. And then draft Uranus. Wow. See, there's no way to get these guys to pop up other than when it gets forced like that. It's like Gasol's not on here. Would I rather trade Parker or Red? Parker's 3.5 stars. Red is 2.5 stars. Parker's a year younger and more of a position need. Surely don't need Danny Manning. It doesn't save me money, but somehow I'm able to do it. Just gonna see if I can get all 3 of these seconds, then why not? Not interested. Okay, we got Karl Malone, but we're still on the clock, which means we can draft Richardson now, because I don't want to make the Magic better if I get Turkoglu and a future first. That first is going to be worthless, so I'm going to get Richardson. So that's why that kind of made sense to do that now. Cavs go with Tyson Chandler. Uranus finally goes 9th to the Bucks, and they've been awful, so he's going to score a lot of points for them. Now the Pacers on the clock with 10th. Thankfully, there's more offers than usual. 04 and Fortson, Buckner, Pollard. Okay, not good trades. Cavs 03, Camby and Manning trying to get Karl Malone back. That's kind of silly. Morning, Joe Johnson for Malone. I'd really like to package Ben Wallace with a pick. There's the Lakers 2 firsts, but they're good. They've got Paul Pierce and Billups. Mavericks weren't very good, I don't think. The Suns have Iverson. Sonics have Duncan and Billups. There's 2 Raptors picks. Can I please pair it with Ben Wallace? I can. Jalen Rose and Rafe LaFrance. Why am I able to absorb all this money? Am I not over the hard cap at this point? Jalen Rose, who averaged 20 points per game. That would definitely mean I need to get rid of Hill or Carter. Rose would become the 6th man. Probably not worth it. He's not better than Hill or Carter. Interesting, though. Wallace on his own. Oh, he gets things now. Camby Manning. Morning Murray. Eddie Curry. There's Hito again. 2 firsts from the Raptors. Can I pair this? So we've drafted Powell, Parker, and Richardson. There's Joe Johnson again. Richard Jefferson as well. Everybody wants Karl Malone. Alright, so Parker's the 3rd point guard. This, I think I'm kind of imagining... Oh no, that's Jason Richardson. Good there, good there. And we just drafted Powell to replace Horace, pretty much. But we need to trade Ben Wallace. Kind of sad I got Malone the year after Stockton retired. Could have had them play 1 year together. Okay, can we get anything different if I try different picks? The Lakers, Raptors, mostly the same things. Is that my pick? It's the Knicks, and the Knicks are awful. Knicks and Lakers. The Lakers were one of the best teams in the league. I think they were actually second behind me. The Knicks, on the other hand, can't tell, but they just drafted who? Joe Johnson, with a pretty high pick, and their team is awful. So that's an interesting pick for the 10th and, what was this, like 16th, I think. So that one's not bad. Who's still here? Kwame Brown, Jamal Tinsley, Gerald Wallace is down there. Zach Randolph is projected pretty low, but might turn into something. But I don't really have spots on my team until I trade Ben Wallace. So that's where that pick was, for that trade was looking pretty good. It was that one. Or this one, where I get the Raptors 03. But the Knicks are going to be really bad, I think. So getting that Lakers pick. Oh, I can trade the 10th and 20th to get the same thing, it looks like. What did just the 10th get me from the Lakers? 02. It is the Knicks plus their 03. I think we'll just do that. The Knicks are so bad. 02 is Yao's year and Amari Stoudemire. So let's do that. And we'll get another potential 03. And the Lakers are going to draft Kwame Brown. Alright, good luck with that. Now we have the 11th. Got 20 offers, hopefully something good. Spreewell. Kings are offering 2 firsts. They've not been good like ever, I don't think. I don't even remember who's on their team. So that one's looking pretty good. The Suns, again, have Iverson, so kind of unpredictable. Sonics are good. Magic, I think, will be good. I don't know why they're not already. There's the Raptors 02 and 03. And they didn't look great. We'd be giving them the 11th and 15th. So let's go look at the Kings. They have Abdur-Rahim and Alonzo. Were not good, though. They were a lottery team. Jackson's might still be getting better. So that's gaining another first versus getting... I think we do that. Let's just do that. And they get Jamal Tinsley. He won't be a difference maker. Brennan Haywood. So they had the 11th and 12th, and that's what they got. Pacers, let's see who's there, 13th. Randolph and Wallace. Probably the best 2 remaining players, but not something I need. 13th gets me some of the same stuff. What if can I trade Ben Wallace yet? No. I can also trade my O2, if that's helpful at all. Quit putting Karl Malone on there. Why is Karl Malone on everything? That's just the only thing there is, evidently. They have to take Karl Malone. Okay. I guess I have to propose it then. For some picks. So we got to think about who was bad. The Bucks are bad, and they just got Uranus. Probably won't be. Looks like I already have their 03, or somebody does. Guess we can look at the rosters. The Bulls are pretty bad. They don't have their 03. Cavs are awful. They still have their picks. Okay. Cavs get Vladimir Radmanovich. Heat go with Gerald Wallace. And we're back on the clock. Almost done. 15. Oh, almost every team with an offer here. The Hawks weren't very good, I don't think. Pistons 05. Rockets, I don't remember who's on. Oh, that's Sean Kemp and Eddie Jones and somebody else. Warriors have a Weber. Okay, well that wasn't terrible looking. Can I trade Ben Wallace with him? Oh, 12 offers, look at that. Oh, there's Gilbert. I'd like a pick and an extra big. Tyson Chandler would be wonderful, but I'd rather have a pick with him. Sabonis and Wallace. Sabonis would have lots of badges, but wouldn't really get to play because we want to play Powell as a rookie. There's a pick and a big. A little too much money for Antonio, but would also be making the Raptors really good at defense. It's the only sad thing. Like, as much as he gets hurt, he is 95 at defense, 92 at blocking, 97, 95, 95, 92. He's so very good when he plays, but he only got to play in 15 games because he tore his ACL and then he came back and broke his ankle, I think. So, I wonder... Camby's probably too good. Let's go here. Put Wallace and 15th pick. Go through here and just look for a big guy because we have right now Powell is technically the backup center that we just drafted, and then assuming Garnett accepts his player option. If not, I guess we'll probably extend an offer to him just because he just came off of Finals MVP. But he's only 82 for some reason. Malone's going to go down. He's going to be our new Charles Barkley. So let's go through and see if we can get an older third center to help Powell along and be playable when all these big guys get hurt, because that happens a lot. Camby is, I mean, I guess an option. He's 27. Probably shouldn't be an extra big, but we're trading Ben Wallace away, so the other thing we could do is keep Wallace into the season and then trade him later. But I was hoping it would help me get better picks by trading him with a pick. Morning is there again. I don't think Olajuwon's going to happen. I don't know. It's a lot of stars to trade. Sabonis was an idea because he has so many badges. Wallace is technically better, not making as much money. He's good at offense. Interior defense 86. Blocking still 87. He's a dominant rebounder. That's not bad. I guess I could go click Sabonis and see. See what they think. Malone. You would think they would take Ben Wallace easily over that. But do I do that yet? If I keep Ben Wallace and trade him after, I don't know, a month into the season or so, or wait to see what terrible injury happens. This is tough. I mean, if Grant Hill and Garnett go into their player options, we could technically look to see what trades we get with them. So if we go back to just what does the 15th get us along with the 20th, let's say. Still want a pick and an extra big, I think. Here's 2 picks. Lottery protected, 03. There's 2 picks from the Sonics. And the Blazers. And the Magic. So the Magic, Brand Williams, and Jermaine. So I want to avoid that. The Blazers, it's not an 03, but they're not fantastic. The Sonics, Duncan is a restricted free agent, and there have been some weird people jump teams after their 4 years of their rookie contract. They do have Baron Davis. What pick did they have this year? Oh, they were already really good. Okay, well, never mind. The Rockets. Who is the other one? Blazers. They had the first pick this year, so well, they had the worst record. They had the best chance at the first pick. I ended up getting the first pick, but this doesn't look like a first pick team, but seeing how even their 2 best players on this team are not having contracts, I think we'll go ahead and do it this one. And the Blazers will draft Zach Randolph. Look at that. He looks cool in that jersey. Wonder why. And now our final pick that we have to worry about, 16th. The Hawks are willing to give a first for it. The Nets are willing by 05. I mean, Olajuwon won't be in the picture. Rockets. Spurs. The Hornets are pretty awful. Raptors top 3 protected. That's not bad either. Raptors. Rockets. Who they got? Oh, Marbury's who I was forgetting. Oops. Well, I didn't mean to back all the way out. Let's see Ben Wallace with the 16th here real quick. It's like the same sorts of things. Bringing Nick Anderson and Dennis Scott to Shaq's side would be fun. Anderson had 1 year in Shaq's rookie year. Scott we've not had. But I don't think it's worth Ben Wallace in a first for 2 guys that won't play. This one's not looking bad. But I still am not set on Ben Wallace. I think I'm going to wait to trade him until I see what happens with the player options. I know I keep going back and forth on that. Can trade one of these seconds I got. Let's trade the 04. Look at all these picks. It's crazy. Craziness. Cavs are pretty awful. Tinsley. Rafer. There's Pistons. Rockets still. Suns with an 04. Sonics. 03. So that's 2 years still to see. Get Randolph now. Hornets. Raptors 02. So when I took that off, what was the Raptors one? It was 02. Top 3 protected. Let's do that. Because they had 19th pick. We're trading the 16th, so I'm thinking they're going to be worse. Hard to say, but we'll see. Didn't even look to see who was there to draft. Whatever. Trenton Hassel goes. Tim O'Dallenbear to the Wizards. Stephen Hunter to the Warriors. We have a trade here. 19th pick for Lamont Murray. And the Kings wanted Troy Murphy. Jason Collins to the Blazers. We'll see where his twin goes. Earl Watson to the Raptors. Mehmet Okur to the Nuggets. Who will be the first fake guy to go? Bobby Simmons to the Magic. There's a fake guy. Nick Crawford. Fake. Another trade. 26th and 55th for Danny Manning. So Danny Manning is on the move. The Celtics have now traded Karl Malone and Danny Manning. Celtics wanted to get a fake guy instead. Fake. Second a job to the Lakers. Michael Bradley to Timberwolves. Joseph Forte Blazers. Carlos Arroyo to the Raptors. Where's the other Collins? And who else? There was Ruben Boomjay somewhere. Brian Scalabrine goes to the Clippers. And there's Jaren Collins to the Kings. Alvin Jones to the Wizards. Jeff Trepagnier to the, was that the Nets? Went a little too fast because I don't care that much. Because none of these guys get signed. Alright, so we got Powell with the first pick, Parker with the 5th, and Richardson with the 7th. And traded everything else. And picked up several firsts along the way. So let's go ahead and get all three of them. I think everybody can be those numbers. 9's the only one I'm not sure of. I feel like I've had a 9 before. Here we go. Grant Hill and Kevin Garnett both decline their player options. So that does make things interesting. We are going to accept the team options on Carter, Dirk, Marion, and Manu. Big Dog also declined his player option, which was for $10 million. Michael Olowokandi will not be finishing out his rookie contract, although he's been pretty good. Look at that. Huh. Okay. Qualifying offers, we have none to give. Might be the first time that's happened. Let's go see. We've got some cap holds of Hill and Garnett for $9 million. So point guard is set. Shooting guard is set. Small forward is where Hill was. I just don't know. He's such a good all-around player. He doesn't have to just score, which is mostly what Vince Carter does. But technically, Carter and Hill are very similar defensively on this game. Powell is probably going to be the backup center once we trade Wallace. Or this is where we let Garnett go, which is just crazy because he just won Finals MVP. I don't know that I can do that without going crazy. I will check now what I can get for Ben Wallace now that teams have a little more money, freedom, hopefully, and get Michael Redd back from the Celtics. I kind of hope he has some good times in Boston. Alonzo Mourning, Kemp, there's Bruce Bowen. He would be perfect for this team if I was actually trying to construct a team around Shaq and Kobe and the scorers. Bruce Bowen does not need to score a whole bunch, but he's a good defender. Davis in a first. Alright, let's see what's happening here in the free agency. Patrick Ewing. The Lakers are not trying to re-sign him. He might go join Reggie Miller in now Memphis. That'd be pretty funny. I have $1.18 million to give. Dikembe is there. Pretty good centers here. 5 guys, 80 or better. Power forwards, everybody's going after Tim Duncan. Sonic's probably going to match, I would hope, unless they randomly sign somebody. Well, there's nobody better to have, right? No, he's the best guy, so I can't imagine he's going to move. Garnett is unrestricted. He wants $7 million instead of whatever his $6 million option was. So we probably can go ahead and do that. Let's look first what else is around. Big Dog came from the Spurs. Now the Hornets, Bulls, Rockets, and Kings are going after him. Those are some terrible teams, I believe. Grant Hill wants more than Garnett. He is 2 better, it says, 3 years older. Michael Jordan has 5 offers. John Starks 1 from the Magic. Jordan is not getting an offer from the Heat. It would be cool to have like enough to give him an offer to try to win a championship with him, but not looking like that's going to happen. Hey, if we keep Ben Wallace, maybe he's who we can try to trade for at the deadline. Billups, the Lakers are going to bring him back, it looks like, even if they don't bring back Patrick Ewing. So I think, in good conscience, I cannot let Kevin Garnett go. I am going to make it a lower year deal. Maybe something like that. Just because he's not durable. Let's try that. You do not have enough room under the hard cap to sign Kevin Garnett. If you have fewer than 14 players, you may sign him. Oh no. Oh no. The only other time that popped up and I got around it was because I was matching offers and I don't think the game knew what to do, but these guys are unrestricted. I have no matching. Oh no. What's the hard cap? I've tried to find this before. Hard cap is on 550. I think that means 55 million. Where do I see my total? $74 million? Oh no. I'm not even close. I'm like 20 million over if that's the case. I'd have to trade several people to even make an offer. Holy moly. Well, I could trade Marion. If I want Grant Hill more, I could trade Carter, but that's actually losing me money. I can only sign people to minimums. Well, I'm glad I got the people I did then. If I'm not getting Hill or Garnett back, it's a good thing I just drafted Jason Richardson and traded for Karl Malone because, well, I guess I'm keeping Wallace. Wallace and Gasol become my backup bigs. No, because I still have Dirk. Oh no, Dirk's starting now, evidently. Oh my gosh, this is going to be so weird. It's going to be the biggest jab I've taken in the offseason in quite a long time, if not ever. We have to sign 2 guys to the minimum. Because even if I trade, well, I could try to trade Ben Wallace for 2 people, I guess. And then play Malone and Gasol. Let's have some fun here. Let's see this. Wallace and Marion. Does anybody ever offer 3 people? Probably not. Because saving money isn't necessarily what I want to do, because I'm not going to get it down enough. I want to trade Wallace for 2 players if possible. There's an 03. Not terrible players though. I'm missing. Going to be a small forward and power forward, or small forward and center. Bruce Bowen could actually make a lot of sense. Bruce Bowen, and maybe can I get somebody else? Not likely. Don't really want their fake players. And everybody else is a little too good. Yeah, I wouldn't want to trade Carter because I don't think I'll be able to clear up enough money to make an offer to Hill. I think trading Wallace makes the most sense. But is it actually to get... Malone might go down like 3 or 4, at this point of his career. Stockton went down really quick. He ended up, what, a 76, I think, when he retired. I sure hope Dirk goes up. I don't know. Wallace is kind of important. I think I might just look for minimums to sign. Luke Longley. I can also wait a little while to see who will sign. I can't believe that happened. Doesn't even let you try it. And it says 375,000. I don't think that's true. That might have been what it was when I started this thing in 1983. And I can't, well, I can trade, oops. Oh my gosh, I'm trying to go to Trade Finder. I can't choose my, I was going to choose my trade exception. Because I do have one. Wondering if I can trade a pick for somebody. Can I trade my 2003 for a person? Evidently I still have Ben Wallace selected. Anderson and Scott. That actually doesn't save me money. Not that it has to, but... And that makes a little bit of sense, but I'd rather be a big guy and a wing. Let's unclick Wallace. Can I... Oh, I can't get a person. Can I get a decent person? Brian Cardinal, Mark Jackson. I think we'll just have to sign people. Oh wow, well this became a more eventful offseason than I expected. I did not expect to lose my starting small forward who's been with me for 7 years, or my starting power forward who's been with me for 6 years and just won a finals MVP. He's a 6-time champion, 1-time All-Star, 3rd-team All-NBA, 2-time second-team All-Defense. Hill, 6-time champion, 2-time All-Star. Wow. Yeah, I guess we wait to see who we can sign. It says I can give the mid-level exception, but I'm pretty sure I can't. Like Eldon Campbell will take the minimum. Horace, we said we wouldn't bring back. Campbell might make some sense. He's got 8 badges. Oh, there we go. Brad Daugherty. 11 badges. Do we just go ahead and do it? He's going to go down even more, though. Luke Longley actually is a thought. Tyrone Hill. We had him at some point, yeah, for 2 halves of seasons. The free agent list gets pretty bad quick. I think we'll just go through the moratorium and, oh my god, that means I'm going to have to watch Hill and Garnett get taken away. Oh, that's rough. Well, in that case, if I'm just going to do it, I might as well get the commitments from these guys. So Campbell, I think, will be 1, because he's 3 years younger than Daugherty and 1 better, so won't go down as much. So he's more or less replacing Ben Wallace. We'll pretend that Pau Gasol was drafted to replace KG. I mean, we don't have to pretend anymore. I guess that's really happening. and we traded for Karl Malone to replace Barkley. So that takes care of the big guys. And we drafted Jason Richardson to replace Michael Redd, who got traded. We drafted Tony Parker to replace Stockton, who retired. And what we don't have a replacement for is Grant Hill. But I guess either Vince Carter is starting now, or Nash is starting with Peyton and Kobe, which is what happened when Hill was hurt. And Carter remains a sixth man. So we have Kobe, Richardson, and Manu still. And small forward is Carter and Marion. We could sign Rick Fox. He was actually drafted by the Pacers. He never really learned to shoot, it looks like. Augman might be interesting. Try to get some guys that can mentor. Tracy McGrady's down here. This is torn ACL. Wizards are looking to bring him back. They don't care if he's broken. Alright, who else is here? Anthony Peeler, Dan Marley. He tried to retire and I kept him from retiring. Penny Hardaway, not looking for the minimum. Mitch Richmond wants lots of money. I guess this is where I could wait to see if people get interested in the minimum eventually. I don't think that's going to happen, though. Hardaway could get there. Let's wait to see. Penny would be fun to have. Alright. We have to renounce the rights. I don't want to, though. We'll renounce Horace. We are not renouncing them until they get signed by somebody. Somebody has to steal them away. They still don't have offers because I don't know why Garnett doesn't. He's now the best power forward, so that doesn't make sense. Big Dog has more offers now. Ewing still looking maybe the Grizzlies. Who did I trade him to originally? The Sonics. And they are on this list. But the Lakers are not for some reason. Michael Jordan now has 10 offers. The Heat are on here. Please don't go back to the Heat. They're not giving you more money. Go somewhere else. Go with Chris Webber to the Warriors. Sure. Do that. Nets with Hakeem would be kind of fun. Alright, now Grant Hill has 9 offers. Oh my gosh, this is so weird. It's definitely going to make simulating the next season feel totally different with 2 very key guys out. I mean, we've dealt with Garnett being out for most of 2 seasons, so it'll be a huge difference there. If he goes to the Sonics with Tim Duncan, that won't make a lot of sense, though. Alright, we were going to see Penny. It's getting closer, but probably not by the time we get to him. Alright, well, John Starks reappeared. Interesting. Rick Smits possibly going to the Sonics to be with Tim Duncan. Be interesting to see. Anthony Mason, Wizards. Keith Van Horn was on the Hornets. Looks like they're just waiting to see who signs him away. And Greg Anthony's the best point guard. That is the minimum. Oh, if you have fewer than 14 players. Oh my god, I'm only allowed to have 14 players. Oh my gosh. So I'd have to trade. I have to trade if I want a 15th player. Oh, this is fun stuff. So I would either have to trade somebody to get 2 players, like a Ben Wallace, or trade a pick for a player, which I could do. Who was good this year? It probably will stay good. Nuggets were decent. Warriors were decent. The Grizzlies were amazing, and they'll probably remain amazing. Oh my gosh, it's not going to allow me, is it? You would think it would because I have a trade exception. Trading Wallace and something and a pick, let's say, for a big guy and a wing would be perfect. If the Sonics have a big guy I can have. Oh my god, they did get Kevin Garnett, guys. Kevin Garnett is joining Tim Duncan in Seattle. They can't both be number 21. Oh boy. Well, they're going to be tough. They also have 22-year-old point guard named Baron Davis. So I don't really want their pick, and I don't know why they would want Ben Wallace either. Alright, so Wallace and the Grizz pick. That's not awful. But maybe I wait. Do I wait to see Lewis and Dampier's not awful either. Wait to see what I need based on injuries. That probably makes the most sense since I'm so limited. I guess so. I guess we're going in with 14 players. At least, so we've got 3 point guards. We've got 3 shooting guards, plus Peyton's been playing some shooting guard. Carter can play shooting guard. Small forwards, we've got Carter and Marion, but also Kobe and Richardson can play it. Power forwards were good here. Marion can also play that. Center were good. All but Shaq can play power forward. These guys can all play center. So we've got depth at every position. It's just a matter of once like 2 guys get hurt in the same position, then we're not in the greatest of shape. So now my salary is 75. Next year we've got Peyton comes off the books. Carter and Dirk are due for, so they enter restricted, so I can match them. Malone will retire. Interesting stuff. Have to make a decision on Peyton. It looks like will be the next big thing to figure out. And hopefully get rid of Ben Wallace. Alright, moving on, I guess. Mutombo, possibly to the Hornets. There's going to be a lot of movement here, looking through the teams during progression, I bet. Mutombo now has lots of offers. Mitch Richmond, possibly going to the Heat. I don't know where MJ ended up. We'll find out once we get to progression. So now my trade exception is gone. So I was hoping to be able to use it. Now it's gone. LaFonso, possibly to the Celtics. Luke Longley. Theo finally getting signed. Horace Grant will be joining, looks like maybe the Grizzlies. I really hope they got Patrick Ewing. That'd be pretty cool. If maybe his last season. I don't remember if he tried to retire. Got Weatherspoon getting signed. Larry Johnson's down here. Going to the Nets. Another team of vets. Alright, anybody good left? Got some 73s. Derek McKee's still there. And I can't sign anybody. Kevin always getting 3 offers. Brad Doherty's not getting offers. Dale Davis to the Bulls. Alright, we're going to go position by position here to see what happened in progression. Peyton and Nash stayed put. Peyton got better at shooting. Draw foul went down for both. Both got better at passing and offensive consistency. Nash a little better at defense. Peyton up at rebounding. So I'm glad Peyton didn't go down at 33 years old. He did get a little slower, but that's all right. Nash did too. Stamina went down a little bit. So all in all, I'm glad Gary Payton will stay 90 overall. Nash looks like he might have hit his peak. What did his potential say? A minus 85, probably about what he's going to get to. Shooting guard, Kobe goes down 1. He started the season injured. Manu goes up 3. Richardson evidently was a fake 78 when I drafted him. Or my scout, I guess, didn't know for sure. I guess that's what that means. Manu's a little better at 3s. Kobe down 5 at draw foul. He was 99 at it. Consistency went up to a 99. Passing went up for everybody. His D did not go up. Manu's did. Manu went up in like everything. So its speed acceleration got hammered a bit because of his injuries. Vertical as well. Okay. Well, I guess those two can battle for that spot. Vince Carter did not go up. I was really hoping he would. And Marion didn't either. What is wrong with Sean Marion? He's still not very good at defense. Wow. Well, that was a position I really needed to change with Grant Hill moving on. So I think Kobe's probably going to start at small forward. We'll have Nash, Peyton, and Kobe, and then Vince will be the big-time backup wing. And I just have to choose who's playing between Marion, Richardson, Ginobili, or Parker. Power forward, Dirk Nowitzki goes up 4. That's good to see with Garnett leaving the team. Malone only went down 1, so he is playable. So we very much could trade Ben Wallace for a wing player like a Bruce Bowen, and we could start Bruce Bowen. That might actually be a fantastic idea. No, I don't know if we'd start him over Carter. Whoops. Well, I just saw the Shaq went down 1. Awesome. Dirk did go up to 84 at 3s. He went up in pretty much everything. His rebounding, 84 defensive. His defense is okay. Centers. Shaq, Wallace, Campbell all go down 1. I thought Wallace would go down more because he only got to play 15 games. Why Shaq's going down 4 in dunking, I don't know. He's only 29 years old. He's still good at rebounding. His defense went up a little bit. Ben Wallace's vertical goes down 11. His speed got annihilated. Well, that's what happens. Alright, let's go see around the league. I'm going to go backwards here because I usually go the other way. David Robinson down 1. This team looks like it's the same, but they got these 3 guys just shot right up. Pretty cool. Nets, Olajuwon goes down 2. They had Juwan Howard before. I don't see him, but they did get Eddie Jones from the Rockets, who went down 1 for some reason. The Mavs got Sean Bradley from the Hornets. He was the Hornets' best player for several years. So, not a bad lineup. Muggsy comes over from... Oh, no, he was on the Mavericks last year. McGlure went up a couple. Page only went up 1 after averaging 20 points for the 3rd straight year. Phillips and Pierce did not go up. They did lose Ewing and Richmond and somebody else, but they still have Coleman. They replaced Richmond with John Starks. They still have Jimmy Jackson. They got Donyell Marshall, who has been with the Clippers for 7 years, so he just changes jerseys, stays in the same city. The Knicks have 5 players. I don't know what's wrong with them. It's at least a starting lineup. Joe Johnson should be scoring lots of points. One guy's fake. The Kings drafted Troy Murphy. How much did Martin go up? 3? Kind of looked past that. Morning still there. Nazi went up 2. Not a great looking team. Jazz didn't do much, looks like. Chris Mims up 1. Hawks, I don't see anything different here. And Jameson and Odom didn't go up. Grant Hill is on the Clippers. Grant Hill is the best player on the Clippers with the All-Star / All-NBA Andre Miller. They also signed Juwan Howard. So a couple guys class of 94. And then they've got Williamson and Ratliff. So Ratliff and Hill, former teammates. Gonna team up again in LA. Hill didn't go up or down. Really anything, it looks like. Stackhouse went up 1 for the Celtics. They still have Camby. Gill was hurt for the playoffs and most of the offseason. They signed Tim Hardaway. So after many years with Chicago, he is now in Boston to be the starting point guard. I gave them Michael Redd, who went up 3. Cavs drafted Tyson Chandler to now be their best player. Last year it was J.R. Reed, and now he's still on the team. So this team looking for the number 1 pick next year, if they even have it. Danny Ferry and Ron Mercer and Adonal Foyle are the best players for the Bulls. It used to be Tim Hardaway, so they're awful. The Wizards did keep McGrady. He's down here still hurt. Ray Allen went down 2 because he had a bad injury as well, so he might be ruined for the rest of his career. They did sign Anthony Mason away. Be curious to see what the Heat's team looks like. Bucks, they were the ones that drafted Arenas. Take a while, but he'll be one of the best players on this team. If he gets in the rotation, he's going to be the best scorer on this team. Ron Artest and Stromile Swift go up 3. Sixers, not looking good. Lots of red there. Grizzlies, they signed Patrick Ewing. They still have McDyess, Reggie, Rice, and Cassell. Their center before, I don't remember who it was, but it was a decent player. So Ewing comes in. He did go down 3. It was only a 1-year deal. Reggie's also on 1 year left. So 3 guys that played together, because he was on the Pacers from 85 to 92. Reggie was on it from 87 to 95. And Rice was there from 90 to 94, so it was a good 4 years where they all played together. Or, well, I guess 2 years. Yeah, because Ewing left there. And Horry was on the team too, so they've got 4 former Pacers. They know the formula. Who went up? Drumwayso. Raptors. Still have Antonio. Reeves went down a couple. They did not get a point guard still. It's Pepe Sanchez. That's rough. They drafted Earl Watson at least. Timberwolves stayed, looks like the same. Ilgauskas had a great year and didn't go up somehow. Mashburn down 1. Magic look pretty much the same. Jermaine got a little better. Hito went up 3. Hornets get Glenn Robinson and Dikembe Mutombo. Well, that's making a splash. Keith Van Horn and Sean Bradley were their best players before. They don't have a point guard. It looks like it's Kenny Satterfield. Abdul Rauf, who's 66 overall now. The Heat, so no more Michael Jordan. They have Sabonis now down 2. Their team's falling apart because all they had were old guys. They did have randomly 34-year-old Clifford Robinson went up 1. Not sure what's up with that. They drafted Gerald Wallace, so a little bit of youth coming. Mitch Richmond. All right, Warriors. Francis goes. Oh, he didn't go up. Weber stays the best player in the league. That's where Jordan is going to play his last season next to Scottie Pippen. How cool is that? I hope that they get to the finals. Francis, Jordan, Pippen, Weber. They signed Penny Hardaway as well. They've got Al Harrington going up. Steven Jackson they stole from the Kings. I don't know why the Kings let him go. This team is really cool. Their starting center is either Nesterovic, it's probably Weber, honestly. Weber and then Harrington can start. I don't know. Might make more sense for one of these guys to start because they don't have to score. That's a cool team right there. Alright, Blazers. No Rick Smits. I assume we're going to see him on the Supersonics. Not looking great here for the Blazers, who had the worst record in the league. No, we didn't see him on the Supersonics, but we do. Oh, yeah, we do. Oh, my gosh, why? They have Duncan, Kukoc, Garnett, Smits, Willis. I guess that's not that many big people, but Duncan's probably going to have to start at center, which means Smits is a backup for the first time in his life, I bet. He missed 13 starts in his rookie year. It's either that or Garnett starts at small forward. I guess that could happen. Kukoc becomes sixth man, potentially. Their shooting guard's still Allen Houston, it looks like. Yeah, so trading for Bruce Bowen, I mean, why would they want Ben Wallace? They already have a logjam in the paint. Point guards, Davis, Houston. Yeah, probably Garnett, Duncan, Smits. That's almost 3 7-footers. I didn't even look. Garnett did not go up or down, so I guess it would have been Dirk's time to shine anyway. He went up 4. Iverson did go up 1. Jamal Crawford up 3. Yarich up 3, and they drafted Jefferson. Didn't sign anybody really. So they have no big people. Spurs still have Kenny Anderson and Antoine Walker. Quentin Richardson goes up 2. Rockets, Marbury and Kemp. Mike Miller goes up 2. Pistons didn't get any help for Kidd. They signed Horace Grant and drafted Eddie Curry. Not a great look. Alright, we'll skip the Summer League. We need to look up where the 02 All-Star game was. It was in Philly. And now we're looking for the 02 draft class. And gotta remember which ID it's on. I think it's this one. Yep. And here we go. It's Caron Butler, 33 points. Jay Williams, Drew Gooden, Chris Wilcox, Mari Stoudemire, Mike Dunleavy, just became the GM of the Warriors. Tayshaun Prince, Freddie Jones, Melvin Ely, Jared Jeffries, Kentel Woods, Kareem Rush, and Dan Dickow. And on the world side, Luis Scola, Nene Hilario, Carlos Boozer, Yao Ming, Bastian Nakbar. Looks like that's it. Where's Boozer from? Or is that a mistake? Did I accidentally make him a world player? I tried to fix all of that when I was going through. Carlos Boozer. Show me. Oh, he was born in Germany. I guess that's why. I don't know if that really should count, but okay. And there we go. We have team. We got Kobe and Peyton tied. Shaq continues to go down like one every year. We need to change. I don't know that we're going to change the positions quite yet. We need to change Elton Campbell. Can't be 41 because of Dirk. He's been 5. I have Ginobili that because that's what he was on the Argentinian team. I don't think Elton Campbell has ever been anything else. $41 and 5. Well, what about 45? How's that sound? Sounds good to me. And quick look at what the lineup could look like. This is what 2K says it should be. Probably what it will be. I still feel like it should be Nash instead of Carter, just because Carter's going to want the ball a lot, and he's a pretty cool 6th man. We might do that to start just to see how things go. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That worked out pretty well last year. Then we've got Wallace, Gasol, and Malone. Oh my God, that's too many big guys. We really need to trade Wallace for a wing. I guess Karl Malone for now, until I do that trade. It's actually probably Ginobili instead of Rookie Richardson. We'll give him a chance. He had a chance. I put him in the rotation, I think, to begin last season. We might even go 10-man, let like Marion play. We'll see. Carl's going to stay number 11, and I think we probably should have a third point guard. And that's how that's gonna go. We'll do the rotation. We'll do the mentors training. Go through the league, fix some numbers, maybe some positions, and then we'll pick this back up next time. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Shoe Shack Redemption out.